Hey guys, welcome to Screenshots Casual Talk. Today I'm going to talk about Game of Thrones Season 3. Now, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones Season 3, do not watch this review because it will contain spoilers. With that being said, let's go back in time for a second. Let's go to the previous year when Season 3 was actually new to many people. As you know, I've only started watching Game of Thrones recently, so I know that a lot of things would eventually happen in Game of Thrones, being many main characters would die. When the 9th episode of Season 3 came out, it was a huge deal. Everybody was on Facebook saying, oh, this episode blah blah blah, and this episode what's gonna, how are you gonna continue this story? My god, that was awful, blah blah blah, and all those things. And I was like, okay, so what is this? Is this like a battle on the field where many main characters die? I wish. And I remember like a really close friend actually talking about it, and he needed to talk about the 9th episode of Season 3 and say like, because he had already read the books, and then but he still, when he watched the episode, was like so I didn't know what to think of it, like, okay, how is a show able to do this to many people? Recently I started watching Game of Thrones, and I had that thing in my head, the 9th episode of Season 3, the 9th episode of Season 3, Season 3 episode 9, and like, okay, now what's gonna happen? Many characters will die throughout Game of Thrones, I know that, so that makes every fight scene, in every episode like, oh my god, is this character going to die? And then when it doesn't, I go, that's basically how I watch the show, because I know many characters will die. I don't know who, but I just know many characters will die. Getting to Season 3, started watching it, watched many episodes. I even watched like 8 in a really quick go, and then I decided, no, I'm gonna watch the 9th episode of Season 3 fresh. I'm gonna go to sleep, wake up the next morning and watch it. I mean, it can't be that bad, right? That was intense. That was wow. Alright. So who is George R.R. Martin again? Who is he? Is he like kind of like a mental prisoner who got out and wrote books to keep him entertained? What the fuck? I mean, why? Damn. And the reason, and like I'm like this, but to be really honest, I fucking love that episode. It's fucking awesome. It's amazing how he's able to do that. How he's able to pick on characters that you learn to love and like, and they're not exactly the main characters of the story. You sense it somehow. I think the show is trying to tell you more like Tyrion maybe, or Arya, or Jon Snow, or maybe even Bran, even Daenerys Targaryen. Maybe they're more close to being main characters than Robb Stark does, but still, like, just awful. It's not the fact that he dies and his wife dies and his mom dies. It's the way that they died. They didn't die in the fucking battlefield fighting for their country in an honorable way. They died in the most horrible, horrendous way. It really hurts you. And I'm like, throughout the Season 3, it's like, how is episode 9 gonna be? Who are they gonna kill? And every time you have this build up to a wedding that will take place in Walder Frey's castle or house or whatever, and you know that that is not something that's very smart to do. What is going to happen here? This cannot just be a normal wedding. It's taking too long. It's too much of a build up. Something is going to happen. You can sense it. You know it. You don't want to because you want everything to be good, of course, but you sense it because he broke Walder Frey's oath, the one that Robb Stark did by marrying one of his daughters, and because he married the woman that he wanted to marry, the woman that he loved, you know that was gonna stab him in the back sometime, but instead it stabbed him in the back and the front. Oh my god, that was awful. Fucking awful. Because the thing is, like, when you watch a show like Game of Thrones and you see that it's really well written and really well acted and many awesome characters, development, all that sort of thing, it really does have this huge build up to things, and it really delivers. You feel like, holy fuck, You know, every time you watch like an intense scene, you're like, this is happening for a reason, and you know it. It's not just because, and you can sense it. It's not totally out of the blue because there was a build up to it, and you're thinking, is Walder Frey gonna break his trust? Is Tywin Lannister involved in some way? Apparently both are. Tywin Lannister got the better of Robb Stark. He defeated his enemy, one of his enemies, and the way he did it is just so brutal. And it's an amazing season because you don't just have but this scene, without this scene, that scene in the, you know, the last scene in episode 9, it wouldn't be as good of a season because it really did deliver. It delivered on every note, and it really made you feel for the characters and really feel like, oh God. And that's what shows and movies should do. They should have this. They should have this quality. We're gonna make you feel certain things that you don't want to feel, but at the same time you're gonna love it because it's gonna make you feel like you're watching something awesome at the same time. And that's exactly what Game of Thrones season 3 does. It already did in season 1 with Ned Stark dying, and they did the same thing in season 2 when Stannis Baratheon attacks Westeros. So you got all those build-ups going on, but here it's a little bit more. It's something like, it kills off a woman when she's pregnant, and the first jab is straight to her stomach. Holy, just, it's awful to watch. And seeing Robb Stark die the way he did, and his mother die the way that she did, it's awful. It's so awful, but at the same time it's really well written, really well thought out, and it's something that happens in wars. People die like this, you know. If you go to the history books, you'll find out many things that happen this way, and that's one of the things I really like about Game of Thrones. You have many characters that you follow, but at the same time, people have to die because that's just the way things are. It's the Game of Thrones. If you're at a war, then people will die, and you really sense that Game of Thrones, you know, and it really makes you feel like everybody that dies matters. Everyone. To have all these characters just die like this, just to have this huge build up to nothing, and that's awesome because it's a purposeful build up to nothing. It really does make you feel for this show more than the characters, this show, and you feel like you're watching something totally fresh, totally new, although using many tricks that you've seen before in films and shows, you know, like, you can't kill me because this will happen, or this will happen, or this won't happen, you know. And you saw that a lot with Jaime Lannister. But even that, even when he does that, he gets his hand chopped off. So there's a lot of things like, you're gonna do something, but it might go against you. And that's awesome. I love that. I really do. I really do. I feel like I'm watching something awesome. And for me, there has to be at some point, and please do this, George R.R. Martin, I want to see Tyrion Lannister kill the fuck off Tywin Lannister. I fucking hate Tywin Lannister. I want him to die, to rot in hell. He is an awful human being. And the worst part is, it made you feel a little bit for him in season 2 when he had the whole thing going on with Arya serving him food and all that stuff, and you got to see some of Tywin Lannister's morals and what he wants to do, and he really wants to protect his family as much as he can, but he's a fucking asshole doing it. He doesn't fucking care about anybody, just wants to get things done, and so be it. And I hate that guy so much. I hate him. And the only character that will make me feel something for his death is Tyrion killing off Tywin Lannister. Please, please have that happen. Tyrion is one of the best characters I have seen. He's got so much going on in him, and I feel sorry for him because every decision that is fallen upon him, all of them are awful decisions except for him being the Hand of the King. When he was Hand of the King in season 2, that was awesome, but now he's not anymore. And he has this woman that he loves who is a whore, you know, Shay, and at the same time, he has to marry Sansa, and that's awful for him, and you feel that, and you don't know what's going to happen to Tyrion, to Sansa, to Shay. It's a huge ordeal going on, all because of Tywin Lannister. That fucking dickhead. Fucking hate him. Fucking do. More than that, Daenerys Targaryen building up her own army, the things that she's doing, I love that part of the story. That was really cool because she always got what she wanted, and I like that because you do have to have a character that gets what she wants, and she is such an honest and pure character, but at the same time she has a fucking dark side. She has a sliver of dark in her, but in a good way, you know, the way that she gets that army. Oh, that was awesome. I was like, oh my god, is she gonna do it? Is she gonna do it? Oh, she did it. That's wow, Yes, yay, go Daenerys Targaryen, yay. I was rooting for her. That was awesome. I love that. And the way that she frees the slaves, the fact that she says that she has 200,000 reasons to save them because they're 200,000 slaves, that was awesome. I love that. That is awesome. I love her character. Yes, she should be the queen. I don't care about Stannis or Tywin or Joffrey or... Who cares? She has to be queen of the Iron Throne. She is one of the best characters because she has such a strong drive going and she really wants to achieve the things that she wants and she knows that she can do it. Love that. Great character, great story, great build up. Love that part of the story. Arya's part of the story. I have to say, Arya is probably the most unlucky girl I have ever met in a show. Why? Season 1. Dad! Season 3. Mom! Brother! And that's basically what happens to her. That's awful. She sees her dad in season 1 and sees him die. And then she goes to like, oh, my mom and my brother, they're here. And then they die. It's awful. Jeez, awful. Oh my god, that is awful. I really, really felt for her. It's like, wow, you can't get what you want. You can't get what you want. That is awful. I do hope that she does avenge them some way. Because she deserves it. Like, she has to do something. And I love that she killed that guy that put the horse on Robb Stark's body. Love that she killed that guy. Oh, that felt so good. Yes, that was awesome. Yeah, that's basically what I have to say about Arya in this season. Always an interesting character. I really like her. The fact that she met this brotherhood and she saw this man die and come back to life. And apparently he's done it for 6 times. That was cool. Interesting storyline. The fact that Gendry, her friend, was kidnapped by the Red Woman. And he was about to be sacrificed so that Stannis Baratheon could eventually be the king of the Iron Throne. Love that Gendry was able to run away thanks to Sedavos. That was awesome. Jon Snow. Now, I've been thinking about this one, about Jon Snow and him and Ygritte and the whole relationship that they had, and then when they find out that he's still a crow and he, you know, kills them off and runs away, I was like thinking, why are you running away when Ygritte tried to do everything to help you and save you in that moment? And then I realized he had to go back to Castle Black. He had to go back and meet the crows. If he went with her, she would die. And he's a crow, he swore an oath, he has to do it. There's no other way that he could have done that better. He had to run away from there. I like that because he made her live, and at the same time he's doing what he has to do. We'll find out in season 4 if that really was the case, but I do think it had to be like that. It's the only sensible reason. Kudos to Jon Snow in doing that. Sam's story, pretty cool. Also, killing a White Walker. That was cool to see a fat guy kill a White Walker. Yes, that was pretty intense and pretty fun. And I like the relationship that he has with this new girl. Is he going to break his oath or not? We'll see. Theon Greyjoy. Wow. Fucking torture, right? Yeah. Yeah. That Ramsay guy is really weird. Yeah, I don't have much to say about that. That was very intense. Yeah, that's it. Let's see if his sister is able to save him. Now that Jaime Lannister's actually back at Westeros, we're going to see how he's going to interact with his family, because as you know, Jaime saved Brienne of Tarth and he was a ruthless character. He pretended to be friends with people just so he could run away and kill them. And you saw that in season 2 when he killed the squire who absolutely adored him. It made you hate him even more when that happened, you know, it really, really did. But now in season 3, he actually saved Brienne of Tarth. There must be something going on between them two. Is that going to put the relationship that he has with Cersei in danger in a way? Is he actually going to love more Brienne of Tarth? Or is it more of like a soldier kind of thing? Like, no, I have respect for her. I'm going to save her and she's my friend. We'll see. Also the Bran storyline, the fact that he's a warg and he can go into ravens and wolves and people and see what they're seeing and control them in a way. That's also cool, and a new character that he encountered. That was also a cool relationship that they're having. And Hodor, I'm Hodor. It's really difficult to keep track of every character in season 3 and try to remember it all. Nobody is evil just because they're evil. Nobody is good just because they're good. They have intentions and reasons and upbringings and cultures and traditions and everything that's happening around them. They're actually believing that they're doing the right thing. So it is very interesting to watch a show like this. But yeah, those are basically my thoughts on season 3. It's basically really well written. Huge build up to this awesome event in episode 9. Really loved it and really looking forward to see what happens next. So these are are my opinions on season 3. Hope you enjoyed them. It was very difficult to watch, but very fun at the same time, and it's one of the best seasons I have seen show-wise. Hope you enjoyed my review. I'm looking forward to reading your comments below. Do not forget to subscribe. I have 3 reviews right here. 2 of them, as you can see, a Game of Thrones season 1 and season 2 review, so go check them out. As I said, I'm looking forward to read your comments below, so comment please. I really want to know what you thought of that. Did you want that to happen? Did you not? What did you think of it? Really looking forward to reading your comments below. As you can see, here are my Facebook page, my blog, and my Twitter, so go check them all out, and I'll see you guys in the future. And remember, these are my personal opinions.